What's up, folks? Welcome to this thing, Watching Paint Dry. This is the show where I hang out on a Saturday night after my wife has gone to bed and paint miniatures because that seems like fun. As usual, or as I guess is kind of the norm now, maybe, sure. I've got Adam Rubitaro from Greater Than Games on the line. He is going to be painting some miniatures along with me.
How's it going?
It's going pretty okay. For some reason, the Discord audio is super low, so I'm going to try and take care of that.
Oh, okay.
All right, try talking now.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, yeah, that's a lot better.
I'm a little bit, my mic can't quite be up in my grill
Yeah,
right now.
that's fair.
So, a little bit far away, but
Yeah, I might mess around with that again later.
okay.
Because, as usual, I'm still listening to Mega Man music. Because that's what I do while I paint, for whatever reason. Anyway, as with all the shows that we host here on the Another Letdown Media channel, we believe in civil rights for absolutely everyone and being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. So, let's paint some minis. If I can find the button. There it is. Cool. Alright, so picking up where we left off last week, I'm working on this guy from Brutality. He's a creepy looking lamp guy, light keeper dude. And
the Gravekeeper? Is that right?
yeah, the Gravekeeper. That's his name.
And I am working on Donatello.
Yeah, my favorite of the turtles. I believe your favorite as well, if I'm not mistaken.
He is also my favorite. I'll give you the quick update on these, so you can kind of see my journey a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know where my original Leonardo went. But here are my original Michelangelo and Raphael.
Yeah.
I think Theo I probably put back in the case. And then here are the new ones. And the new Leo, who's a lot better. And then Michelangelo. I didn't paint Mikey on stream. So,
Right.
you can see this, but Michelangelo's got, I don't know if you can see the bottom of that.
I love that skateboard, man.
That it's got pizza on the bottom there.
Because of course it has pizza.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be turtles if it didn't.
Yeah, and that was like you can't see from the pictures how tiny that is, but like you're looking at about half of my thumbnail that has the pizza on there.
Yeah.
So tiny. And that was fun though. So then this is my original Donatello right here.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna paint a new one. And I really liked the colors on this one, so I'm gonna hopefully get them pretty close to this.
Yeah. Those are
maybe
great colors.
Purple a little darker, but
Welcome, RPD. Thank you for dropping the... First of all, thank you for the resub. Very much appreciate that. But also thank you for dropping a reference to one of my favorite 1990s board games, Nightmare. Adam, do you know Nightmare?
I do not know Nightmare.
So it's a VHS board game.
Oh.
And basically all the VHS is a countdown timer. And every once in a while, this creepy dude called the Gatekeeper shows up, and you have to, like, he'll give you these weird challenges to do. Otherwise, your pawn moves to a specific space on the board called the Black Hole.
Oh.
And it's a simple, dumb roll and move game, but we have had so many hours of just stupid fun with it.
Well, I am not the Black Hole.
The Black Hole.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one in particular, but I used to have the Clue 2 VHS
Oh, yeah.
game. And I used to just my parents played it one time with some friends, and I used to just watch the video.
Yeah. Board games in the 90s, man, they were weird.
Yeah, incorporating the VHS into board games was such a weird move.
They did eventually release a Blu-ray version of Nightmare called Atmosphere.
Oh.
ATMOS, than the word fear.
Clever.
Which, yeah. for a while, when we first got Nightmare, my buddy Doug and I really wanted them to remake it with Tommy Wiseau as the gatekeeper.
Go to the black hole, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you're so silly, Mark. Go to the black hole.
Oh God. Okay, so I'm trying here to make a less saturated green. I might need to add more green to this. I'm gonna put too much brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the sort of drab. I picked up. I didn't actually end up buying it. Oh, well, I guess I did. There's a Death Guard green. I don't know if I included that in your kit or not.
No.
But that works really well for a starting point.
No, you're not. This is. I'm trying to match this.
Welcome back,
right here.
Hienernalio. I think I'm coming closer to pronouncing that right.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is like adding apps. I think that there's. Oh, that's really good.
Oh yeah, that looks solid.
I actually think that looks better than
Yeah.
the original one there. When are we making a video board game? We'll get right on that. I think that there's space for adding apps to board games. It's I don't know that the integration has been done super well yet. But
I think like the only one that I think is really kind of hit its stride in that way is Mansions of Madness.
I was gonna say that I heard that was really good. I really
It's-
like the original Mansions of Madness. But,
I've played the original once, I think. And I did really enjoy it, but I really enjoy the second version.
that
just-
game is actually how I proposed to my wife.
Really?
Yeah, we had played that together, and we loved it, and we played it at a board game store,
Uh-huh.
and she really wanted it for a really long time, but we hadn't really had the cash on hand.
Sure.
And it was very early in our days in the board game industry.
Yeah.
But I had Christopher talk to some people at Fantasy Flight that were fans, and they were able to get me a copy, and then I had the ring inside of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Some of my... Sorry?
Then she opened it up, and yeah.
That's awesome. My friend... So I showed you quite a long time ago when actually this is the reason that you sold me on Clip Studio, or it was Manga Studio at the time. The card art that I did, the Wraith and Argent Adept alts that I did for Doug and Jesse for their wedding.
Yeah.
And it was that inspired my buddy Joff to propose to his now wife using Firefly, the board game.
Oh.
He created a card called A Very Fine Ring, and he hid it in one of the location decks.
That's really cool.
It was neat. My way of proposing to my wife was a little bit more risky. I put the ring in an Estes rocket
Oh.
and launched it.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Doug and I
What,
spent the entire day testing it to make sure it wasn't going to go haywire and get stuck in a tree.
Jeez.
We ended up putting an engine in it that was technically too small, so we could sort of control how high it went.
Yeah.
And we had it on a fishing line.
So you didn't lose it.
Yep. Katie was very happy, but also very angry.
Yeah. I imagine. It's like you could have lost the whole thing.
Yep. But like one of
I
our
have,
first dates was
I've helped
was
a lot of people propose.
say again.
That helps a lot of people propose. Like I get commissions from time to time for people for like Sentinels cards
Oh yeah, okay,
hidden in decks, and
that makes sense.
that happens a lot. Not a lot. It happens a bit.
On your commissions thing though, funny you mentioned that. I was just talking to one of my friends from college who I was like, boy, I recognize the art of your Facebook profile picture. Is that an Adam Ribitaro art? And his wife got back to me like, yeah, we play D&D with his sister. I'm like, oh my God, really?
Is that Mandy Bova?
It is. I went to college with them.
Oh.
Mandy and Nick. Nick and I had many, many classes together.
Yeah, they commissioned me to draw their whole family.
Yeah, it was a great picture. Nick's really proud of it.
It turned out really nice.
My students, by the way, think Detour is the greatest thing ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I use it as my profile picture on Gmail at school because it looks, intentionally looks very much like me.
Yeah.
And then I dressed up as Detour for Halloween.
Very cool.
So, yeah, they think he's pretty cool. I haven't told them that he, has a voice and has, a story. I was like, I don't really want them to find videos with Candace cussing like a sailor.
Demons are real.
Hashtag demons are real.
Yeah. You should open up every class with that.
So demons are real. Okay, moving on.
Moving on. Let's open your computers to... I assume that's how you teach technology.
You're not completely far off. Usually it's some amusing anecdote first, and then that's tangentially in some way related to the lesson I'm teaching for the day.
I had to teach an art class this week.
I heard about that. How'd that go?
It actually went really well. I don't fancy myself much of a teacher, but
you do. Oh, hello, Cult of Gloom.
Hey, what's up?
Speaking of demons,
dang it! I drank my last IPA yesterday. I'm out
yeah,
of it now.
I did too. I gotta call up the
crack one open now, but
I gotta call up the brew. Actually, the local brewery around the corner from me has some awesome IPAs right now.
Christopher actually picked up, surprised me with them, because he does a lot of errands for us.
Yeah.
Now. Being especially that Candace has some immune issues and
right.
exposed her to that stuff. So
yeah.
And so he runs around and picks up stuff, and he got me a giant thing of a bunch of IPAs.
Nice.
Different ones. Usually when I get those things, there's like one or two of them that I'm like, these are not great. Like
yeah.
a pre-selected mix. I'm like, well, I like these ones, but these ones I can give or take. This was all really good ones.
Nice.
So that was cool.
Well, today they had one called The Voice of Reason.
Mm-hmm.
They have a stout that I'm actually very excited about called Charlie McDennis from Always Sunny.
Yeah.
They had Dinosaur Swimming in the Sky recently, which is a double IPA. It's really tasty.
Sweet.
One of these days, you guys will come up here and I'll bring you guys to Cattlehead. It's a neat little place.
Increasingly far off.
I know.
But yeah, no, that sounds cool. These were all Schlafly, which is local.
Yep.
And generally does pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I know some of the local stuff down there just from talking to Matt and stuff like that. Yeah. Or, actually, Emily Bender. Pretty up on that kind of thing. Kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
But I don't know her very well, so.
She watched Freya when she was very young.
Yeah.
And then I also forgot that I knew her.
Well, I met her and
until
Matt.
like later.
Yeah, I met her
It's like,
and
oh,
Matt at
wait,
Gen
yeah,
Con
you
a
were
couple
my
years
kid.
ago, and now we play D&D together every week. So
Oh, cool.
yeah. Alex Schmidt wanted to run a thing, and he mentioned it casually to Jacqueline, who was like, "Oh my God, we're playing!" And now it's become a thing.
I really want to, like, I wish I was role playing right now. I want to be playing in like an established character Sentinels RPG,
I think that would be
Basically.
really cool.
like something that I don't have to be creative at all for. Basically.
Right? Yeah.
I can just play Captain America and worry about that. Or what have you.
Right.
That is what I would like to do right now, but I would also need to do it like pretty late at night.
Right.
And that knocks it off for a lot of people.
Yeah, it does.
And I also don't want to run it.
Yeah, that's.
I
mean,
really don't want to run it.
I mean, full disclosure, I've been running the same Sentinels campaign for a very long time now. They're pushing their third trade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We made characters as soon as I had character creation rules. So you know when that was. I'm not going to say that on the chat, but and I got to be honest, I'm ducking them right now. I love them. They're amazing players, every single one of them. But
Yeah.
it's just like man.
Yeah. If we were doing Marvel Cult of Gloom, then yeah, that's who I would go with. Cap's my favorite.
Cap is the man. Like, and
so
he's become so much more universally applicable in the last few years too. Like when I first got into comics, he was very like I was a little put off by how Cap-y he was.
How like garishly patriotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
I could say that. I think that I mean I was too. I hated him as a kid.
Mhm.
But I think that on the surface he is that, but like if you read at all, you go like, oh, that's the point of a lot of his stories is that like he is patriotic, but he's like he loves what America stands for, not what America is necessarily.
right, and he's not
that
afraid to
puts
call
him
people
against-
out.
Yeah. Sometimes his foe is the government.
Yep. Yeah, and I really like that about him.
Yeah.
And I think that was largely brought to light for me by the way Chris Evans portrayed him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially in Cap 2, he wasn't afraid to be like, the government is wrong here. It definitely hit him hard, but he was like, oh, these people that I've been blindly following are wrong.
Yeah, this isn't freedom, this is fear.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite lines that he's ever delivered.
I think about that every day right now.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see.
So I'm going. I decided. I decided today that I wasn't satisfied with the brown that I was using on this guy.
Okay.
So I'm moving to a darker brown, and I'm hoping it works out for me.
I would do it over Discord. I would. You thought Cult of Gloom thought Gambit was my favorite. No, Gambit's never been my favorite. I like Gambit, but
Gambit's cool, but
Christopher's favorite.
yeah.
Of X-Men, Wolverine's my guy.
Oh, dude, Wolverine is the best.
Yeah, I got him right here. Wolverine.
Yeah. Wolverine was actually.
I have a Gambit too.
The only guys on my desk right now, I've got a couple of amiibos. I've got Ganondorf and Standard Link. And they just hang out on my desk.
I have way too many guys on my desk right now. That's got me this set of X-Men. I got Nightcrawler here too.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love
right
Nightcrawler.
There was this set of X-Men that was at the Disney store before they started shelving them.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that, and it came with Nightcrawler, Beast, Rogue, Wolverine, Storm, Colossus, Cyclops, Jean, Iceman, Gambit, Archangel, Magneto, and Juggernaut, and Professor X.
That's awesome. That's a great set.
It's a huge set, and so like they're everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, the shelf behind my green screen has most of my statues and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I've got like a bunch of Mega Man. I've got a bunch of Gears of War. You know, the obvious ones.
Yeah.
And then I've got like 2 or 3 Daredevils, a Joker, a Nightwing, or a couple of Nightwings.
That's cool. All my amiibos are over there. I've got, I think the most that I have are of Mario.
Mm-hmm.
I have Mario, Luigi, Peach. I don't have a Bowser, but I have the Piranha Plant, and that's got me for Christmas, which is super cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's maybe my favorite. And then I have a few Pokemon in there, and then a few Zelda ones.
Yeah. The only amiibos I ever bought were the Zelda ones. Like I never bought the Mega Man one. As much as I thought it was cool, when it was relevant, it was unavailable. So I was like, oh well, guess I'm not getting that one. No big deal.
Then on my desk, I also have my Tron Legos. I have my Shantae Pop figure.
Mm-hmm.
I have my Link's Awakening amiibo. And then I have all my Captain Americas.
Nice.
So a lot of Captain Americas.
My desk is super teeny tiny and primarily dominated by 2 very, very large monitors. So
I have 3 monitors. No, I have 4 monitors on my desk. One of which is a tiny TV for using the Switch when I'm streaming it.
Fair. I'm technically my iPad is a 3rd monitor when I want it to be.
Nice.
But
one of my monitors is my tablet.
Yeah.
To draw with. I also have an iPad below the desk.
If I were in possession of a Cintiq tablet, that would definitely be part of the desk as well. But I am poor.
Well, I really don't have room for the setup that I have right now because the company got me this Cintiq, right?
Right.
Because like that's not as much of an expense for a business as it is for a single person.
Exactly.
So they got me that one, and it usually lives at the office.
Yeah.
But because of quarantine, I've got it at home. I have no desks.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my Intuos tablet that I love, and it's an older model, but it's still...
Would you say it checks out?
I would say it checks out, and I would say it's arguably in many ways better than the current ones. Because it still has all the functionality buttons and stuff that they, for some reason, removed.
Yeah. When I buy a new tablet, like I have a Cintiq 13 HD that I saved up and bought myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a much smaller one. When I buy a new one, though, I think I'm not going to get Wacom. I'm probably going to get Huion.
Yeah.
Because they're comparable, but like, I mean, in terms of quality,
right?
But you can get one with a screen for the same price that you can get an Intuos for.
Yeah.
Or less. So
right.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going in that direction too. I just got a notification from Apple when I updated my OS that, oh, hey, your Intuos may not be supported next update. And I was like, oh, great, thanks. So that might be
Are
an
they trying
expense
to
for
do
future Zach to deal with.
their own tablets, or
I don't know. I actually hadn't thought of that. I hope not, because they're products like... I mean, well, iPad's been pretty decent.
I love my iPad. I love
So I bought this guy, which is Wakeham's... Oh, where is it? Wakeham's answer to the Apple Pencil.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. I absolutely...
I have... yeah, I have the Apple Pencil, and I really like that.
Yeah.
I
My buddy
don't get to
Josh,
use
who...
my iPad as much as I would wish that I did, though.
yeah, I don't either, because I just go in my office and use Clip Studio on the computer, but I do have it on the iPad, and I love it. It's great when I'm on the road.
Yeah, I actually prefer drawing on it.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, like, it's really nice.
It's
really nice.
really
It feels
nice.
so good.
Brian, that's a good question. I happen to be looking at archetypes right now. I mean, you could make an argument for close quarter combat. You could make an argument for... I mean, that's probably the physical powerhouse, I guess.
Yeah, I'd probably go CQC. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I'd have to look.
That's just me glancing at it real quick while I
Yeah.
toggle back and forth between windows that I have reference art open on.
I might have rolled them already.
I feel like somebody has. Yeah, a marksman could be a consideration there. I think it wouldn't be my first choice, but
Yeah, I mean, if you base it all around the signature weapon, then like that's not bad. Yeah, that might work. The only trick really is making him defensive enough. It's just
Right.
not there. Because you want that leadership and the defender stuff,
exactly.
but that's good.
The cap is more than a guy with a shield. I mean, he proved that in the fight with Batroc.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that might be CQC. Like you could. That's the thing. You could roll in a bunch of different ways. That's why I love the system.
Yeah, same.
How do you want to focus?
I don't know if I ever told you this. My Sentinels players got so into it that, but they kind of like lean on me to run it, even though several of them can now. They've tried. It's just because I have, access to the material in a way that they don't.
Right.
But we were playing Arkham Horror card game one week, and they were like, we really want to play Sentinels this week, but it's our off week from Sentinels. Let's go ahead and roll up our D&D characters as Sentinels characters. And Logan said, it was one of my players, goes, wait a minute, I've got a better idea. Let's just roll up Daybreak as D&D characters and go the other way with it. So now they have Daybreak as Sentinels, D&D, Legend of the Five Rings, and Call of Cthulhu characters.
Oh, jeez.
So what the campaign that he's running with it is they keep getting like portaled through to different dimensions and have to use their powers to get out of it.
That's insane.
It's really goofy, and they're loving it. So
That's so cool.
yeah. But they absolutely, like, we ran a whole 6-issue arc with members of Daybreak plus Wraith and Bunker.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all based on the Aquabat Super Show.
Fun.
It was hysterical. All right. I think it's about time to bust out the app because I'm actually at a loss for what colors to paint things.
Oh yeah, did you do the you roll a bunch of 40k characters? Did you do the Battle Sister that was in the Discord? Is that you?
Oh, that's right. RPD was supposed to do the Gears characters for me.
I have a drive link on my Discord with a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Like people did a bunch of Dragon Ball characters.
Those were awesome. I loved the Vegeta one.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vegeta,
Yeah.
I had my just like Pandora radio on today on the way home, and on the new Starbomb record, there's a song called Vegeta Serenade. If you haven't heard it, it is so freaking funny. It's basically him trying to write a song for Bulma, and making it all about how much he hates Goku. And like, I know you're not the biggest fan of Aaron Hansen, but like, he does a really good Vegeta impression.
That's funny. I'll check that out.
I'll post a link at some point. Right. I can do this.
Well, I'm having trouble getting some of these angles.
How much is that? Still eating grab. Okay, good. I have the right one. I might have ended up with a hero that's going to need multiple full sheets. What? RPD? That's not concerning at all.
How'd you do that? Stupid. No, that's not.
Basically, divided doesn't allow for enough splitting for. Oh god.
Oh.
I'm basically doing my own take on something like the Smith Syndicate from Killer 7. I do not know what that is.
Me either. I know what Killer 7 is, but
Yeah.
I'm not that familiar with the property. Alright. There's 1 foot.
Oh my god. Phone, get out of my way.
I'm like jittery tonight.
Yeah. It's really hot in my office tonight. I may have to install the air conditioner soon. Not very happy about that.
Or like stripped within legally remaining on Twitch terms of service. Those are your options.
Yeah, those are pretty much the options. I think I like the air conditioner a little bit better.
No, you want to do a. You want to be a topless speedrunner?
No, not really. Not good enough at any game to do that anyway.
I'm close on Hook, like, because there's not a lot of them.
Correct.
So, I need to practice the end few battles still a bit, but like the end few bosses and level 5 in particular is really difficult. But level 5? I don't know. The cave level is really difficult. So I need to practice that one. I can usually get the boss there just fine.
Right.
I need to practice Smee. I need to practice Hook. And then there's one speedrun tech that's really, really difficult to pull off. But it saves like 40 seconds if you can do it, which is a real big save in speedrunning.
Yeah. I'm getting significantly, like, leaps and bounds better at Mega Man 01.
Yeah.
Like, I can actually pretty much reliably clear that in, a couple of hours at this point.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't find speedrunning, like, I feel like my enjoyment goes down if I'm speedrunning.
I can do it. I can do Mega Man X pretty okay.
Yeah, you did pretty well with that.
I've gotten like a 50-minute time. But like recorded, they've all taken like 90 minutes. It's been ridiculous.
Yeah. I gotta practice some more with X. I know it's a lot easier than a lot of people make it out to be.
Yeah.
And a huge part of that is just knowing the order.
Yeah. But I do 100% though too, so there's revisits.
Right.
Let's do this shot next, which is going to be the Logfish.
Lead Belcher is just...
Willard died?
What's up?
Fred Willard died?
No. Oh, yeah, no, I did see that. A bunch of the Scrubs cast were tweeting that today.
He is, to me, like one of the most underappreciated comedic actors of all time.
Right? I always thought he was hysterical.
Yeah. So good, so talented. Like, never really big, never like starred in anything,
Right. But everything he was in was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude had a lot of cameos too.
Yeah, I mean that's most of his career.
Yeah. He was just big enough to be like, oh yeah, you're famous. Get in this shot.
Yeah, he's one of that guy.
Yeah.
Kind of like a less prominent Stephen Tobolowsky.
Yeah. You know what I have been playing a lot lately is Super Mario World.
Yeah. That game's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
It's become a tradition for me to beat that on Thanksgiving.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
I am currently... It's been a while since I played it. And I can't remember how to get the secret exit to the Forest of Illusion that brings you down to the castle. But I'm also, I'm playing it in between Zoom meetings and stuff like that, so I'm not paying a whole lot of attention to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super good. I love it.
Those are always, when I'm playing Mario Maker, those are the levels that I aggressively go after. I'm like, oh my god, it's a Mario World level!
Yeah, that game was incredible. I remember when that came out, I was like, this is cool.
Well, that's...
Oh my god, Yoshi's so cool.
Right?
Like...
That's the first game that I had, regular access to.
Oh, I didn't have access to it. I was like, this is so cool, my neighbor has it.
With that, it was the after-school program that I went to. They had a Super Nintendo, and if all our homework was done, we could play the Super Nintendo for half an hour. It was half an hour or some number of deaths. And a couple of us got good enough at it that we could just monopolize the machine all day.
So they were just like, alright, it's half hour now.
Yeah. But even then, we would be just like, all right, so let's do the math and stack it up such that, Zach's pretty good. He plays for a little while. Nathan's pretty good. He plays for a little while. Brian's pretty good. He's going to play for a little while.
You guys sucked.
We were pretty evil.
That kid.
There we go. Yes, I did, RPD. Definitely did. I watched it at least once. I think I started it a second time, and then something else, a podcast came out. Excuse me.
What defunct TV did you send?
It was... It was the History of Adventures in Wonderland.
Oh, I watched that too.
Yeah, it's a good one. I watch most of the defunct TV stuff. Hey, Chamali. How's it going, man?
Hold on. I gotta talk to my wife real quick.
Yeah, do it. It's usually about 10 o'clock, man. We go with 10 to 1-ish. Nope. Officially it's whenever my wife goes to bed is our start time, but that's usually about 10 o'clock. I figure out what this guy's hair color is. Okay. So actually black. Cool. That's easy enough. So I do actually have to hit the rest of his sword here. It was the O.J. Simpson line, honestly, RPD. I'm a huge fan of the Naked Gun movie franchise. So any joke at the expense of O.J. Simpson usually just makes me laugh.
Okay, I'm back.
Right on.
Yeah, I don't know if Pulse Bloom's still here, but if you wanted to run a Marvel game, I would play in it. Just message me on Discord. I'd have to do it kind of later at night.
Yeah, it would probably count me out, but I would definitely be interested to see how that goes. And if I wasn't awake and whatnot, I would check in every now and again.
So I have to run and get my wife's pills that I didn't pick up.
Okay.
I have 10 minutes to get there. It's right next to my house. It's not a big deal.
Sure.
But I gotta go right now. So I will go do that, and I will be back. I'm just gonna mute my mic.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Cool. I'm not thrilled with how this hat bit is sculpted. Professional autist. Which, like, unrelated RPD, or related, could just be, like, that also sounds like a just pretentious way of saying professional artist. Like, a professional artist. When we're driving to and from PAX East, my buddies, the twins, you heard Chris yesterday, and of course Alex the baboon. The three of us have found this place right outside where Chris lives, called the Milton Academy, which we've decided is the most hoity-toity, like, uppity place in the world. And so we've decided that they all talk like this and refer to us as the rabble because they're from Milton. So that voice just makes me laugh. I don't get to do it all that often. All right. What color are these candles? What color are these candles? I don't have that. Do I have Xander dust? I don't think I do. Dang it, I was at the store today too. Gosh darn it. Nope. Lovely. Marvel as I forget to get things. work. So instead, we'll go a different way. Go a different route. Well, that's going to be a problem. All right. Go third route. Take 3. I mean, it has involved doing actual things a few times. Like my family has made planning guides for Christmas that are actually handed out by social workers to families in need of it to this day. And I spent some amount of time, but it was over a year ago, living in a hospital to be studied. Whoa. Right on. Using a layer as a base coat. Don't do this. This is a bad idea. As in, when I was diagnosed, I was apparently one of only 2 people in Europe diagnosed. Whoa, really? Well, one of the things we were saying the other day, I call her my sister. She's actually just a really close friend, but my buddy Kyle, you've heard him on various episodes of Trapped in Arkham, has some sort of autism spectrum disorder. And
Back.
Oh, good. That was indeed fast.
Well, they were close.
Oh, well, oops.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll just go into the morning.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I was just saying that, autism spectrum disorder is often regarded as a negative thing. I personally think it's kind of a superpower in a lot of ways.
Depends. Yeah. I think it depends
Yeah.
on how it manifests, but it can be. Sorry for swearing.
No, it's okay. It didn't pick up. I didn't even notice. I can get that. I didn't even think of that. We'll try that, Shamali. See if that fixes it. Couple of years living in a ghetto. Yikes.
You're really awesome.
What are you gonna do with all that?
I was using it. I was just trying to move them so that I could get my knife.
Ice?
Yeah. Can you shut the door, babe? Thank you, sweetie. Okay. Well, That was I dropped my paints everywhere.
Oh no!
Yeah, I just knocked over the bin of closed ones, so it wasn't like that big a deal. It just
Right.
But Freya came in and helped pick them up, which was super nice of her.
Aww. She's so sweet.
She is a real sweetheart. Just trying to grab my knife and cut away a little bit of this. The mold line.
Yeah. There's actually... I've been trying to get my hands on one for a number of years. Alex has one. It's a mold line removal tool.
Yeah.
That is so nice, especially when working on like the Arkham Horror minis, which are really like cheaply produced.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a specifically curved blade that
Oh wow.
you can kind of just scrape away at it.
That's cool. Yeah,
It's
I'm just
pretty
using
nice.
a real tiny X-Acto knife right now.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to not kill myself by accident with it.
Yeah, killing yourself on stream is probably not good for me.
Yeah, no, that's a. I don't think that you're not Logan Paul. You won't get away with it.
I forgot about that, dude. Oh my god. Some people in the world are just tremendous tools.
Yes.
God, I can't wait to tell my eventual child that.
That some people are just tools.
Yep. It's one of those things that I can't tell my students,
Yeah, but you're
but I
allowed
want
to go.
to.
Like, you are just allowed to disregard this person's existence.
Yep. Well, especially because normally
Ignore
it's...
that they are.
Yeah. Especially because normally it's with regard to their parents. I had one student,
Oh,
Her-
sure. Yeah, I get you.
her parents, she is like top, I'm pretty sure she actually is top of her class. And she's very like world-wise, like she gets it. And I don't know where she gets that from because her parents are very much not that. She ordered custom sneakers, much like the ones that I wear all the time. And it was during Pride Month last year. So she got, of course, the rainbow on them. And I was like, Kaylin, how did you get that past your mother? Like...
Oh, she like would want her to.
I don't know that. I don't know that Mom is in that case. Anyway, I'm gonna stop there before I get myself
Okay.
in trouble.
Yeah, you already used your name. so-
Fake. That was a fake name.
Oh, okay.
That's just a name from a book I'm reading.
Oh, okay. Good job.
I'm a teacher. That's what I do.
Just used to that. Boy, there's like this weird polyp on top of this shell. I'm trying to get it off here.
Mm-hmm.
It could be worse. Like the problem here also is like I didn't even see some of this stuff until
Yeah.
I started painting it already, you know, and like then the paint like really brought it out.
Yep. Yep.
Some of this the stuff that needs to be cut away.
Well, that's. I mean, these big models aren't that bad for that, but like these, especially these metal ones that I've got,
Yeah.
there's just big chunks of flash that just kind of hang out, and I don't notice them until after they're primed. And I'm like, oh my god. To the person who just commented on Facebook and asked what cameras I'm using. The webcam is a Logitech, the nice one, the one that they recommend for streaming. I don't actually remember what it's called. And this is a Pivo document camera.
I just have a regular old Logitech webcam from like 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's about when mine was too.
And I have it hooked onto a light and pointed down.
Yep.
So we have movie night on Saturdays
Okay.
at our house. It was Bella's pick tonight, and so we watched Scoob.
Which one?
Scoob, the new
The new one.
Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah.
It's great. It's
Is it?
so good.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I gotta watch that then.
Yeah, especially if you're like, if you're at all Hanna-Barbera fan, there are more Easter eggs in that movie than I could imagine putting into a movie.
Oh, nice. Novastar, thank you for the follow. Yeah, that was that. I love these cameras. Sorry, go ahead, Adam.
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
I'm basically done. Like, there's so many Easter eggs. And it's great.
I gotta give that a shot then. I was sort of on the fence about it, so that's good to hear. Next up, so Katie and I have been going through the James Bond movies. Her request, oddly, like I never in a million years thought she would request to watch the James Bond franchise.
Oh, that's a fun journey.
It is a fun journey. I haven't seen some of the Sean Connery ones in years, so we just got through.
There's some real stinkers in there, but like.
Oh yeah.
But it's a good time going through this.
We just
you also like see them evolve. This is pretty strange.
Yeah, we just got through Thunderball the other day.
Yeah, one of the stinkers, I would say.
That was definitely one of the stinkers.
Yeah,
we got to the end of it and we're like, what just happened here?
Yeah, Thunderball's rough.
And then we've got You Only Live Twice coming up next week. We do like Pizza and Bond.
Yeah.
And then
Pretty rad.
yeah, it's been fun. But I've also I really want to watch Wish I Were Here, the Zach Braff movie, because that's out on Netflix now, and I've heard good things, but I've also heard really bad things, so I'm kind of trepidatious about it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but unpopular opinion though.
Go on.
Like to go back a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, not too far back. Unpopular opinion. Timothy Dalton is super underrated as James Bond.
Completely agree.
I think he's a fantastic actor in general.
Yeah.
He's probably the best actor to play James Bond.
Yes, I would agree with that. I think he's not the best Bond, but he's the best technical actor to play James Bond. Yes.
But then he also, like later, in Looney Tunes Back in Action, basically plays James Bond as an older man, and is incredible.
Oh, he's so
really
good. I love that movie.
I really like it too. A lot of people don't, but
yeah. Well, it's Brendan Fraser. I mean, like, I love Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser is a polarizing figure.
It's true.
You either love him or hate him, I think.
I mean, here we go, tying all this discussion, this rambling discussion together. He was amazing on Scrubs.
Brendan Fraser is his stint on Scrubs is probably the best thing he's ever done.
I would agree.
And the best story that has too. That show has. It's so good. And heartbreaking.
Oh my god. Well, that's what it showed, that show could do heavy duty.
Like serious medical drama.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
While still bringing an element of levity to it.
Yeah, without going full MASH on us.
Right. I mean, I make it no secret that my two favorite shows of all time are Scrubs and MASH.
Oh.
So
I didn't know about MASH.
I love MASH. That's the one that I grew up watching with my parents.
MASH is great. The one I grew up watching with my parents, a few of them, but were primarily Dick Van Dyke and Get Smart.
Yeah.
Were the two that I really loved.
Well, we watched every single Bruins game, every single Red Sox game, always.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was our family time. You know, Tim and I were usually done with our homework at that point. And it was that weird, like, couple of times a year where there was no sports on that we would watch Doctor Who and MASH.
Mm.
And my mom would sit and read because she had no interest in watching TV, but those were the two shows that Dad used to watch with us. And they were like the PBS reruns of the Tom Baker and Peter Davison shows.
Mm-hmm. My parents watched Doctor Who before I was born.
Mm-hmm.
On Sunday mornings.
Okay. Oh, I am screwing this all up.
I believe would probably have been PBS also.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. We used to watch some weird, like, really, really ancient show at my grandfather's. I can't for the life of me remember what it was or what even happened in it. But I remember, like, that was... Oh, yeah, I know what it was. It was Lawrence Welk.
Oh my God, Lawrence Welk. It was just like a variety show.
Yeah, it was a variety show. So that explains why I can't remember what happened in it.
Yeah. Come on, Lawrence Welk. I would have, like, that... Like, if I was to guess, like, old people shows, it would be that or Matlock. Like...
Yeah. I remember, like, aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody gather in the living room for Lawrence Welk
Oh my God.
on this ancient TV that we still have. Doesn't work anymore. I don't think anybody can... I don't know. My grandmother just went into assisted living within the last, like, couple of months.
Yeah.
So I think it's just we haven't gotten rid of her stuff yet.
Mm.
Thoughts on new movies going straight to on demand and the future of theaters in the movie industry?
Well, yeah, I don't... It's very up in the air.
Yeah.
It's very up in the air.
On a personal level, like, I actually said to Kyle recently, like, I don't have a single problem never going to the theater ever again.
At this point, my home theater is just as good, if not better. Sometimes, you know.
Mine too.
And I think that that's actually most people's.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, Jeremy and I were talking recently, like, we both have projectors at this point. You know,
I don't have a projector, but I have a 4K TV, and I'd rather watch. Like, it's clearer what's happening.
Yeah.
And going to the theater, and I remember it better. I retain it better.
Yeah.
The only advantage to theater is, like, the experience of going, or like going with friends or something like that. But I haven't gone with friends in years.
Right. I mean, you know, Kyle and I have gone to movies together since high school. Since I've mentioned her before on the show. I call her my sister. She's actually just a really close friend, Amanda. She used to drive us to the theater, whether we were all going to the movies or not. Like, she would just drive everybody, and because she just likes to drive. And so Amanda and I were talking about the fact that Kyle and I have always gone to movies together. And I mentioned to Kyle the last time we were at a movie, I was like, I don't feel the need to be here. I hate all these people. Like, I don't know any of them, and I hate them.
A lot of people are like, a lot of people are really rude at the movies now.
Yeah.
They don't respect it, and that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So I generally have a much more controlled experience at home.
Yep. I was just gonna say, like, I can sit on my couch, I can control the level of the volume, I can eat my, good potato chips, I can pat my cat, and I can drink my own beer, and never interact with another human being if I don't want to.
It's way, way cheaper.
Yeah.
So, like, that's. I think a lot of people feel that way. And like I think that the things like Marvel movies have been keeping the event movie alive, but like now you have those delayed. People don't have the same. It's the issue with comics also, that it's like if you break the habit, it's broken.
Yep.
It's gonna be real tough to rebuild that excitement.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Black Widow's gonna do super well, like
I don't either.
by normal blockbuster metrics, which is a shame. But I
It
think
deserves
that,
to do well, but yeah.
it's lost a lot of the hype, and it came out after the characters, spoilers, already dead.
Yeah.
Like if that movie came out when in the Captain Marvel slot, that would have been a much better place for it.
I agree.
But I think that, and I also think that like people are not just gonna like jump to go to the movies once quarantines are over. That like they're still gonna be pretty cautious about it.
Yeah.
So I think that by blockbuster standards, it won't do that well.
Yeah.
But I think that that's not the movie's fault, because I think it looks good, or like fine plus at least. You know?
I mean, the cast alone is terrific.
What's up, baby? Oh, thank you. Thank you, sweetheart.
In my mind, they've now, I mean, obviously we haven't seen it, but like I feel like they're priming us to see Yelena Belova, Black Widow,
right,
moving forward, and I am totally down for that.
I mean, I think that's cool. But I also think that Endgame for a lot of people was the end. Like, and then Spider-Man movies will always do well.
Right, because it's Spider-Man, and everybody knows Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this a million times before, but in case anyone hasn't heard me say it, Spider-Man merch outsells the next 3 most popular hero merch combined.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I think is like probably Batman, Iron Man, Superman.
Probably.
I would probably guess in that order. And if you combine those 3 and then triple it, that's how much people that's how much Spider-Man merch people buy.
Right.
He's an insanely popular character.
Pulse Gloom I says, I personally think the first Avengers is the best Avengers. I like Infinity War, I think, best, personally.
Yeah, I think Infinity War is probably the best Avengers to me, too. Well, I don't know. So it's really hard to say in terms of Avengers movies, because I really like the first Avengers movie.
I do, too. And Joss Whedon knocked it out of the park.
But I think that it's not really that great a movie. Like, most people that didn't see the other movies didn't enjoy it.
Right.
And like, to me, I go like, yeah, okay, well, course I see all the movies.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't think that way. Like that's, or didn't at the time. It's not very self-contained. It's basically a 3-hour climax.
Mhm.
Is essentially what it is. So consult your physician. But that's a joke.
It took me a minute, but that's a good one.
But yeah, I think that it's not that great a movie on its own.
Yeah.
As an installment in a franchise, which is basically like it's essentially just a TV show that's in theaters, right?
Right.
And there's only an episode every however long, every few years.
Yeah.
I think it's great. So it's kind of a hard thing to judge, though.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Joss Whedon did a lot better on that than he did on Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of controversy surrounding Age of Ultron too, though. The whole fair pay thing.
Don't remember the
So apparently, like, Downey was getting some untold millions of dollars for his appearance, where I think it was Scarlett Johansson, but I'm not 100% certain, who had equal, if not more, screen time, was only getting like $200,000.
I mean, yeah, but like she was not carrying the franchise on her back.
I know, but like that discrepancy is huge.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course it is, but also like consider, like, if that was her, if you're comparing like, if you were comparing, like the comparison doesn't track because like he's at that point had 2 movies on his own as well as other appearances in other movies
And a third
So,
one on
like,
the way, like he'd already been filming.
He's had time to build up this giant to like gradually increase his rates, and he is essentially the star of the whole franchise.
Right.
Whereas she has been in 2 movies.
Right. Prior to the Age of Ultron,
as supporting cast.
Yeah.
So like she's not the same level of star that he is at all.
Correct.
At that point.
And I mean, I would definitely say there was more going on there than I'm privy to. But I was reading an article today that was just talking about basically Downey stepping up to the plate for the other cast members.
Yeah, I know that he did do that. That was. But I don't think that even though that, like, I don't think any of that was the problem with the movie.
No.
I think my problem with Joss Whedon's, who also, like, Joss Whedon doesn't decide how much those people get paid.
Right. No, of course he doesn't.
That's a producer thing. But my problem with the writing in that movie and what Joss Whedon did in that is my problem with Joss Whedon in general, and that he just Whedon's the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, Iron Man 3 was out before Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Yep, we have our timeline backwards.
Yep, you're right.
Iron Man 3 being a rather forgettable movie.
So I really like it in retrospect. Like, I didn't like it when I saw it in theaters. I was like, eh.
See, I went the other way with it. I enjoyed it in theaters, and then the more I watch it, the more I'm like,
Doing the chronological rewatch, I think, really helps it.
Yes.
I think it helps that and Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I would agree.
Let's see how you are doing here. What color are you?
Well, this guy's color palette is super boring. Cool model, and he's coming out great.
Yeah.
But, God, it's just all browns.
Okay. This gets difficult around the chest area here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Miss Drake, that is true.
It happens at Christmas. Yeah, that's. I think chronological rewatch like benefits all those movies.
Mm-hmm. It's also just the most fun way to watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it especially like Thor 2 boils down to what? Like a scene? If you take it on its own. But
Thor 2 is useless no matter how you watch it.
yeah.
I hate that movie so much.
It's so bad.
It's really bad.
I'm really nervous that they've have they officially confirmed that Kat Dennings is in WandaVision at this point?
Have they? I don't know. I want to ever see her again. She's the worst part. I mean, like with my re-edit that I'm trying to work on, I'm going to see if I can completely edit her out of the films.
Nice.
Because she's just awful.
She's horrible.
Yeah.
And I like her as an actor too. Like she's fun in a lot of things. But oof.
I'm gonna see how much of that movie I can eliminate.
I mean, it boils down to like a scene.
Yeah.
It boils down to the end credits. That's it. Because the stone's on Asgard to begin with.
No, it's not on Asgard.
Oh no, that's right. It's trapped in that weird. Oh yeah. Oh, gross.
Yeah, there's some stuff that needs to happen, but I'm pretty sure I can get rid of a lot of it. That sucks because they wasted Christopher Eccleston too.
Oh my god, I know. I was so excited when they were like, "Oh, it's Christopher Eccleston." I'm like, "Oh, sick."
Yeah. Yeah, that was back when Marvel villains had nothing going on.
I mean, what did we have? Whiplash and stuff then.
Yeah.
All right, time to slap Nolan oil all over this thing. Mistrix says they wasted a whole movie on that movie.
Yes. They also completely wasted Idris Elba.
Oh yeah.
Entire franchise. I feel like we have one of the coolest actors ever, and he is the doorman.
Yep.
That's it. I like this purple better. I think the previous one was a little too lavender. Like, it's more cartoon accurate.
Yeah.
But the first one was, but I just like this purple better.
Yeah, I found that happens quite a lot.
It's just bolder, cooler.
Oh, Cult of Gloom apparently was not following me up until now. Thanks for the follow, man.
Yeah, Taskmaster's in the trailers.
I really hope they do a good job with Taskmaster.
Yeah, I hope they don't do new Taskmaster because they've butchered him in recent years.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know what it is about like this current crop of writers that like who just put him in there as like a jokesy villain.
Yep, because he's definitely not that. He is
No.
a hardcore, like, problem.
Right, he's the guy that, like, if you run away, Captain America is not going to judge you for that. Like,
Right.
he dismantled all of the Avengers by himself in his first appearance.
Mm-hmm. All right, this dude needs to dry. Yes, Batroc was the guy that Cap fought on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
We all hope that Vincent D'Onofrio gets more work as Kingpin, Cult of Gloom, and that goes for pretty much all the actors in Daredevil. I loved Charlie Cox as Daredevil. I loved Deborah Ann Wall as Karen. Even Eldon Henson. I wanted to say Fulton Reed, but Eldon Henson as Foggy, so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that, like, Deborah Ann Wall is good. Her character is ridiculous, though.
Oh yeah,
They just, like, she's basically a Barbie doll in that they give her a new job every episode.
yeah,
Like,
which is
the
really
early
disappointing.
ones especially. That, like, she just, like, grossly unqualified falls into all these positions. They're like, yeah, you could be our front page reporter.
Sure, why not?
Do you want to be a detective next week? How about a doctor?
Ay, ay, ay.
I'm about to start a rewatch on that because that is what's next chronologically before Age of Ultron.
Oh, nice. I did before Infinity War came out. I did literally everything,
Mm-hmm.
and oh my god, it took so freaking long.
Yeah, the Agents of Shield is the rough stuff.
Yeah, because I can barely get through that on its own. I can't get through
Season
that.
one is not as bad as I remembered it being.
No.
I
Looking
was
back,
like, oh, there's a lot here that, like, is not bad. Then season 2 hits and I'm like, dear God.
yep. Check, please.
Yeah. What happened? What happened in between those seasons that this show took such a nosedive?
Well, I think part of it was they decided that they didn't want Coulson to be the focal character.
Was he the focal character in season
I mean,
1? 'Cause I
he
still feel
was
like it
and he
Skye.
wasn't. Like, it's always been Skye. But,
I think the involvement of the Inhumans just
oh,
destroyed
was that
everything.
season 2?
Yes.
Okay, that'll do it.
Yeah, Terrigenesis happens at the midpoint of season 2.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I think part of it is, like, that Terrigenesis should have had a broader impact on the world,
Yeah.
and it didn't.
Well, this was just the first Terrigenesis where they find the crystal and they take it to the tomb and stuff.
Right.
So it's just like a couple. But, like, yeah, having the whole, like, enclave of them and, like, the stuff with her parents, and even though I really like Kyle MacLachlan.
Oh, I love Kyle MacLachlan.
As Mr. Hyde. I think
Yeah.
he does a really good job. Still is really rough. Like,
Mm-hmm.
super watery. Yeah, that's where they shoehorn the Inhumans. So Iron Fist season 2 is actually pretty rad, I think.
I loved Iron Fist season 2.
Yeah, they really step it up. They make him actually fight some people.
Yeah,
Like, that was one of the main problems with the first one, is the actor's a pacifist and said, I won't fight anyone.
yeah, like that.
I
What?
won't pretend to fight anyone. I'm like, okay.
That makes no
that's great and
sense.
all, but this is your job.
Yeah,
Like, you literally get paid to just do this. And they, like, I think by Defenders, they made him.
yeah. His appearance in Luke Cage was the best.
It was. That was the best Iron Fist has been. I think the Netflix shows in general are really good, except for, like, I think that they stretch about 2/3 of a season's worth of content over a full season.
Yeah.
I think they could all stand to be 4 episodes shorter.
Yep.
And Jessica Jones sucks after season 1.
Yeah, I was really disappointed with season 2.
Season 3 is worse.
I haven't seen season 3.
It's really not good. It focuses almost entirely on Patsy, who's the worst character of all of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, they don't have a good villain, and
No good.
a hero's only as good as their villains.
Absolutely true.
Daredevil has a series of really great ones.
Mhm.
So like, he maintains pretty well.
Well, I mean, I've been going back through old Daredevil again because quarantine wasn't
You
what
read
else I was
the-
gonna do.
Yes, you read those like super early ones too, right?
I have them all, yeah.
Wow. It's
Those-
amazing like how much of a nosedive that takes after the first couple issues too.
Oh, yeah. It gets really rugged.
It's not so great. You're like, how did this continue when X-Men stopped?
Right?
Especially like the final thing that X-Men does is the Neil Adams run,
Mm-hmm.
which is just insanely good,
Yeah.
with Havoc and Polaris and the Living Tribunal and
Yeah.
not the Living Tribunal, Living Monolith.
Monolith, yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
But I remember the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie coming out,
Mhm.
and I was working at the video store at the time, so I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this superhero movie. And I was like, oh my god, please tell me it's better than this. And as luck would have it, the school librarian got in a copy of Guardian Devil, which is quite possibly the best Daredevil story ever told.
It's very good.
And I was like, yep, it sure is better.
So I think that if have you watched the director's cut of
Oh,
the
yeah,
first
yeah.
Daredevil?
No, I'm with you on your opinion about the Affleck Daredevil.
That's a much better movie than
Oh, yeah.
that hand.
But of course, at the time, all that was available was.
Right.
I guess this guy's wearing gloves. A glove? Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, I watched so I rewatched Ghost Rider.
Yep.
Also in like to try and see if I could fit that into the MCU.
Sure.
Also, which there's really no reason I couldn't. There's nothing there that contradicts it.
Well, there's
Not
nothing
even
there, but he
shows
does
up
appear in Agents of
briefly.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, very
But I don't
briefly,
think he-
but
yeah, I don't-
nothing in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. contradicts that either.
Right.
So I could treat that as the MCU Ghost Rider, and then use that to introduce the Robbie Reyes one.
Yep.
Who's really cool in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Yeah.
except for that he uses a car, and I think that's dumb.
Yeah, I thought that was stupid, but
That's he's Ghost Rider. He's not Ghost Driver.
Yeah.
All right, Call to Gloom. Thanks for coming, man.
Oh yeah. Take care, Call to Gloom.
But despite that, I was like, okay. This movie's not great,
No.
but also not completely god awful.
No, it's one of those ones that I put on, like, especially when I'm doing other things, when I'm drawing or whatever.
Right. I could probably re-edit it.
Yeah.
And improve it some.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's mostly okay. I watched the second one, and is this like a sleeper hit? Is Spirit of Vengeance actually like awesome? I only watched like half of it. I only got to watch half of it because that was right before quarantine. And I was watching it at the office.
Yeah.
But is Ghost Rider 2 actually like an awesome movie? I'd never seen it before because I was like,
I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever seen it. I'm pretty sure I have it.
I think it might be great.
It might be great.
It started out really great. Idris Elba's in it also.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. But it's just kind of a cool Ghost Rider story. He there's a kid that might be the son of the devil, and he has to like protect the kid and run away with him.
Huh.
That's basically it.
That's okay. Right on. Oh, I did see that. Yeah, that's one of the ones that Kyle and I saw in the theater.
And it's edited like really autoristically, like very unique.
That's cool.
I don't know if it's like actually good or not, but
I'll have to rewatch it. It's kind of hysterical looking back at these movies that, like, generally speaking, we're just like, oh yeah, that's bad. And then we're like, oh wait, maybe not?
Maybe that's not bad. Yeah. Maybe it's not bad.
Do I want to do that?
This is
Sure.
really thin. I don't know that this will work at all. I need just like a little bit. That's not working. It's way too thin. That is way too thin. I don't want to mix a whole new thing of that for this one little spot. Well, let's see where we get to at the end of this. And, if we need to do that.
So I've, the Brutality Mini I was working on's got to dry, so I'm working on some old Bull Centaurs. It is astonishing to see how much these have changed. Earlier this week, I put one of the current Bull Centaurs next to it. It's literally, I mean, its axe is as big as one of these minis.
Oh, wow.
They have changed quite considerably.
You know, I'm thinking about using. Yeah, that was.
Cool.
Not know why it doesn't want to come out. I've shoved a pin in it like 1,000 times. And like, there it is. Okay. Like I'll open it up and clean it all out, and like, you know, it's not dried out or anything. It's like completely fine.
Right.
It's just for some reason it doesn't. And maybe the mixing ball gets lodged in there or something.
Oh yeah. Only after some time and distance can you watch a movie for its own merits. The Spirit of Vengeance suffered from its proximity to the first Ghost Rider. Did it come right out on the heels of it? I don't remember.
Okay. A year or two later. Pretty close.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what we expected with Ghost Rider, because it is Nicolas Cage.
Don't be bad talking Nicolas Cage in my presence, sir.
Dude, you know I love Nicolas Cage. I gotta see The Color Out of Space.
I really want to see that too. Every
Especially-
now and then, like I'll see like real normies like try to criticize film or like critique film.
Yep.
You know, like people that clearly don't watch a lot of movies,
Yeah.
and then like, and like most of what they watch is like, you know, rom-coms, or they watch the big blockbusters or what have you know.
Mhm.
And then they'll go into some movie that's like a super artsy movie like that, and they'll go, "This is just awful. I don't understand any of it." Like, I was uncomfortable the whole time. I'm like, well, it
Yep.
might be real good then.
Yep. So I'm just marveling at what the Nolan Oil has done for the mini I was working on. It has made him look so much more drab and awful, and I love it. I absolutely love the color. This is
Oh wow,
like, that's super cool.
yeah, that is really cool. He looks really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, like, obviously as a massive Lovecraft fan, I've got to see Color Out of Space as soon as I can. But
Yeah.
I also have to have the right, crew to watch it. Like, I got to get Alex and Sammy over, or at least in like a, watch party, whatever.
Yeah.
For my birthday back in April, we subjected everybody, or a whole bunch of people, to oh, I have it right here. This film, the FP. Oh, I'm getting a nasty glare off my light. There it is. Which is wonderful, in a terrible way. It's a post-apocalyptic society in which all social disputes are settled via Dance Dance Revolution battles.
Oh my god.
It's absolutely wonderful. I can't remember if it was one of the ones we watched last summer. And I can't remember if we subjected Ness or Candace to it, but whichever one it was like, what the hell was that?
I think it probably was Candace.
I think it was
heard about
Candace.
it. I messed up that chest. I gotta fix that.
To be fair, we definitely subjected Ness to some stinkers also.
Did you see Mandy?
Yes.
I love Mandy.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't love Mandy at all. I hated Mandy until the end of Mandy.
Yeah.
I was like, this movie is so bad, and I don't know. Like, I'm really uncomfortable, and I don't like it, and I'm not, like, I'm interested, and I want to finish it, but, like, it's not good.
Right.
Not good. And then it ended. I was like, I think I maybe just witnessed a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good.
Yep, that pretty much sums up my experience. I don't even remember why I decided to watch it. Probably bored.
I don't know either, but like they just let Nicolas Cage be so insane in the best possible way.
Exactly.
Okay, well, we're gonna try and mix up a little bit more of this. because I let it dry.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
Do I need to? It's just one little spot on the corner of his mouth. It's gonna bug me.
Yeah, dude, on the mouth, of course it's gonna bug you.
It's just I don't know if you can even see it. It's like right. I get to focus. Right, come right up in.
I think I have an idea as to where it is.
It's right there. It's really kind of hard to see. It's so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna know.
Yep.
Blonde. I don't want that. Where'd it go? Harvest brown. Harvest brown. No, I think it was leather brown. Okay.
During undergrad, there was a 72-hour sci-fi marathon on the campus theater. It takes a lot of digging to fill 72 hours each year with different films. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, the vast majority of what I studied in college was film. And the fact that we never watched the same movie in film lab twice was pretty substantial.
I mean, there's a lot of movies out there.
There are.
There's a lot of them. Okay, we're gonna do this again too. This is the can. No, that's marigold. I need candlelight.
Probably my favorite film school story is the fact that A Nightmare on Elm Street was based on my college.
Oh.
Wes Craven was a professor at Clarkson before he started making movies. And his students made a student film and they shot it in the boiler room at the old main building. And he took that student film, brought it to, I guess, like his brother or something.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother was like, "Oh, this is really great. You should come to Hollywood and make this as a thing." And so he basically stole a student film, rebuilt the boiler room set, and did Nightmare on Elm Street. And then so if you take a laptop into the basement of Old Main and watch Freddy go through the boiler scene or the boiler room, it's utterly terrifying. It's like poop your pants terrifying.
I mean, that's a scary movie as it is. Like, it's really, really well done.
Correct. And one of my favorite parts is Old Main is actually on Elm Street in Potsdam. Oh, I like that. Cool. I'm gonna do that. Run outside. Done. It keeps jumping off my palette.
Okay. That was a lot dumber than it needed to be.
I think Nightmare on Elm Street Mistake for me, or sorry, RPD, for me is number 2, maybe 3 on my top horror movies of all time.
About a nightmare on my street. Boom, 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 boom. There's Will Smith.
Yep.
And DJ Jazzy Dab. Sorry to get you a copyright strike there. I know the impression
you're
really good.
fine. So my YouTube playlist just swapped over from Mega Man to Metroid.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what's going on at all. It's just
It's the like weird angelic voice version of or song from Super Metroid. I think it's Super Metroid. I actually don't know. Oh no, it's still Battle Network. Never mind.
No.
It just sounded like it made the switch.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street's just so good.
Doug and I watch, or did watch, Halloween every year. That's our favorite.
Halloween's good too. Okay, we're gonna normal oil this first. Let's make sure you're dry. Okay. I'm gonna use you. I'm gonna use, I think, you. Yeah, that's good. I don't really like horror movies in general.
I like the way they're shot.
Depends. Like, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I don't like being scared.
Yeah.
I don't like I just like, it's not a genre that I really like, that I default to liking.
Sure.
Basically.
Yeah, I like very specific horror movies.
Yeah, but like a good one. Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I feel that way about westerns too.
Yep.
Like I don't like westerns unless I really do.
Exactly. There's a horror movie that my friend showed us a couple of years ago. I wish I could remember the name of it. But it's shot like The Office.
Yeah.
And the whole first half is the killer explaining exactly how things are going to go down for him. Like exactly how his plan is going to go down. And then the second half of the movie, like without, any sort of a jump or anything like that, it just transitions into a horror movie.
Oh.
It's a really amazingly shot movie.
I think what else I like at all. I really like Oculus.
Mm-hmm.
And The Babadook.
Yes, I've heard really good things about The Babadook.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, Doug really likes it.
I assume you mean Doug Funny from the Nickelodeon show Doug.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Oh, okay. Here's a fun one. My driver's ed teacher was claims to be the namesake of Doug Funny, because his name is Doug Finney.
I mean, that's an easy claim to make, sir.
Yeah, that's exactly what we said. We're like, show us some proof.
Right. Pixar didn't happen.
Right.
Mr. High School Driver's Ed teacher.
Yeah, like, really? No.
How do you know the creators?
Yeah, right. Call the creator right now.
Right. Like, if it was like, hey, look, I can prove that this was a student of mine or something like,
Yeah.
like,
Do you make a distinction between horror and suspense or psychological thriller? Yes, definitely.
yeah, I definitely would.
I actually really enjoy a good suspenseful movie.
Yeah. If you have not seen The Invisible Man, the new one,
Oh, I haven't seen the new one. No.
oh my god, see that movie.
Okay.
Okay, so Nolan Oil just effed this up in all the best ways.
Yep.
Like, wow.
I mean, that's exactly what happened with the one I just did. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I just did not see that happening. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do like maybe a couple of other things here, but I'm like, I finished that and was like, dang.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's pooling in all the right places on that.
Yep. Like, I love what it does, especially like on the spear, where it just pulls right in the tip.
Yeah.
And I think I might hit the cape with a little bit more and get it right in the creases, but like on the anywhere in the armor.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the chest on this. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
hitting right between the fingers.
Yeah.
And like, it's really blurry. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah. But it's just getting in like really, really nice spots.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it. So I'll leave it like that.
Right on. I need to get a reference image open.
I am going to touch up the teeth just a tad. They're just a little bit brighter. Is there white hiding in that bubble? Yeah, there.
Okay, good. I'm not insane. He is wearing one glove, and the other hand is not gloved. He's Michael Jackson the dwarf. Woohoo!
Man in the mirror.
That is one thing that I'm going to very much miss should Gen Con not happen this year, is going to Tappers and playing Michael Jackson's Moonwalker with Jeremy and Krista and Alex.
Okay, I think we're done with that part. I'm gonna do the base. Check what my wife said. Ness is remodeling my Animal Crossing house right now.
Oh, nice.
So something else that skirts the line, I think, between psychological thriller and horror, that I would really recommend is Crimson Peak. Guillermo del
Yep.
Toro.
Oh, I know. I love Crimson Peak.
Yeah. I love Del Toro as it is.
Yep.
I'm sad that he never got to finish his Hellboy trilogy.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really sucks. 'Cause I loved both of those movies.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're a big Hellboy fan anyway, right? So.
I am. I love Hellboy. I am.
I always liked
haven't seen
Hellboy,
the
but
David
didn't
Harbour
like.
one.
Huh?
I haven't seen the David Harbour one, but I've not heard good things.
I have heard really, really bad things about it.
Yeah. So not optimistic about that. I'll watch it eventually,
Yep.
but I've heard none of it has to do with David Harbour. That's not his fault.
Well, I guess that's good.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that's a miscast.
No, I think that's a great casting choice.
Problem being, Ron Perlman was the only casting choice. Like,
Yeah.
he's by far the best Hellboy.
Yeah.
That you could pick.
Absolutely.
And yeah, those movies are really great, I think.
We have a lot of Hellboy fans at the store.
Yeah.
I've read a few Hellboy comics, but nothing that really like stood out to me.
I think that maybe I'll send you a video.
Sure.
It kind of shows like it breaks down one Hellboy story.
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of a one-off. It shows like why it's just perfect.
Yep.
And Mike Mignola is a master of his craft, like indisputably. He's a living legend. But I think that they're all worth reading. They're all like it's a great series.
Right on. What has happened with my reference art? Where did it go? Oh.
I kind of view it as Hellboy is grown-up DuckTales.
Oh, cool. Okay, I can see it.
Because it's just like, hey, we have this character, Hellboy, or Scrooge McDuck, and we're going to put him into a myth that we found somewhere, and he's going to deal with that myth, and that's the story.
That's cool.
Yeah. He switches which hand.
Oh, really? That seems horrible.
So that you'd always see it.
I don't like that at all. Like, I get it, but...
Yeah. It's straining. You have the power to not do that now. That is something that you are no longer within technological constraints. I would say about NetherRealm, though, that like I've said this before in Discord also, that they know their audience perhaps better than any other video game developer.
Yeah.
It's insane how well they know their audience.
Yeah.
That they pursue the exact right licensing deals to go like, yeah, you want... You're someone that's buying a Mortal Kombat game. You definitely want to be able to fight Terminator versus Predator.
Yeah.
Versus Freddy Krueger versus Michael Myers.
Myers, yeah.
Yeah. I kept almost saying Michael Moore. It'd be a very different game.
Well, okay. I mean, sure.
Very, very different game.
Yep.
He's like, why am I here?
Mini game where you have to make a documentary on the fight.
Yep. We at NetherRealm are excited to announce in our new expansion, we are adding the Joker, Freddy Krueger, and Canadian documentarian Michael Moore. this marks a first appearance for the filmmaker in any sort of video game.
God, imagine, you know, the head guy on the project announcing that the PR department would just like keel over and die immediately.
Wasn't there a relaunch of Celebrity Deathmatch supposed to happen at some point?
I thought so.
I remember that being so cool when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Marilyn Manson just chainsawed the top of the thing and killed the boy bands fighting below.
Yep. But he has the power of the final edit, so basically unbeatable. Oh, Michael Morwood. I gotcha. That's funny.
Oh. My eye. I think this is done.
Nice.
This actually like looks painted. It makes the pose look a lot better, I think.
Oh yeah.
Like, it doesn't bug me so much.
Yeah, that's definitely something I learned painting these old school Chaos Dwarfs is that, like, this is a dumb pose. This is a really stupid pose.
Mm-hmm.
But once it's painted nicely, it'll look a lot better.
Oh, Michael Myers isn't in there yet? Sorry. Terminator is. Fuck the Michael Myers. Is Jason in one of them?
I know Michael Myers is in Dead by Daylight.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he is, anyway. It's been a while since I've watched Colin play that.
So let's look at him next to the other turtles here. Off. Actually has a lot more definition. I might drop a little normal one. Off's chest, legs. Raph, I think, is the one that's lacking the most definition.
Uh-huh.
Because Michelangelo, pretty good. Donatello, Leonardo looks great, if I do say so myself.
Leo looks excellent.
He turned out really, really nicely. Yeah, and Donnie did too. Like, the colors look great. I'm really happy that they're about their greens.
Mm-hmm.
Raph just looks a little bit flat, so I'm gonna pop Donnie off of here. Actually, I don't even need to. I'll set him over here to dry. I'm gonna give Raph a little bit of touch up.
Mm-hmm.
Good, but the rest of it. Flat. God, it's pouring rain here. I love it.
Oh, I call that productivity weather.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yesterday during our Arkham stream, it was dumping rain caused the power to surge like once, and then I was like, and then the stream was like ridiculously unstable for the rest of the show. But the rain noise outside, it was like, oh my god, feels like we're in Arkham.
That looks a lot better. All right, let's I think I'm done. Compare Donnie's here. There we go. I don't know if the chat can see that.
Those are cool. Both of them look really good.
Which way do I go here? There we go. Yeah, I'll get a picture. But I think the new one just looks a lot better.
Yeah.
It's a lot better. Yeah, and the pose doesn't even bug me anymore. Let's see if does Splinter need any touch-ups? Because I didn't have the Null Oil when I did Splinter. Yeah, that's probably wise though too. Yeah, I think that there is definitely the instinct to rebalance all the details. I don't really think it's super necessary though with most of them. Like, right. I think it's pretty close. I was noticing Splinter's tail looked really flat earlier.
Sure.
But and this model does not have as deep recesses. So really happy with a lot of the detail on Splinter that I managed to get, and I don't want to screw that up. Boy, oh boy, that Null Oil makes it pop.
It sure does.
I feel like I'm cheating.
Oh, that is exactly what it feels like. The straight cheats.
I feel like I'm misrepresenting myself as a miniature painter.
You know, I resisted using Null Oil for the longest time too, because like, in terms of like specificity painting, yeah. Like really going deep on one particular style,
yeah,
I am probably the best technical painter at the store. In terms of mass producing models, my buddy Joff is far better than I am.
Yeah.
But my style was always just to go heavy on like the dry brushing technique. And finally Joff was like, no, dude, just hit this part, and this part with Null Oil. Come back and thank me later. And I was like, oh my god, what is this magical substance?
Yeah. Does make me wonder what sort of creatures they bargained with.
I tell you, man, it's Steve from Skulls. He's just sitting down there making deals with demons, and in exchange, he has to put skulls on everything.
Yeah, oh man. Alright, that helps a little bit. Not a lot with him, because he's got a lot of big, smooth areas, but it just punches it up just a little bit.
Yep.
Cool. Close. Sure you're closed. Okay, I think I'm done.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm done too. My eyes are starting to freak out a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in tonight. We had a great time.
Yeah.
Adam, did you have anything to say? Anything to add?
No.
All
I
right.
don't think Shredder will probably be next week, unless
Yeah.
I do it tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah,
If
I might.
April or Casey.
Sure. I might try and make some progress on these Bull Centaurs tomorrow over the course of the next week, but I definitely want to finish the Gravekeeper next week and maybe move on to a new Brutality mini. So yeah, we'll be back here roughly 10 o'clock next Saturday, Eastern next Saturday, 9 o'clock Central. And I will be back on the Handelabra channel tomorrow for Tales from the Archive. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Later on. Having me, bro.
Yeah, no worries.
This is nice to do. It's like a nice little unwind.
It's super good for that, yeah.
Cool. Well, have a great night.